In the early hours of July 2nd, 1937, a twin-engine Lockheed Electra 10E hummed over the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, carrying the dreams of an ambitious woman, dreams of the world's most celebrated aviatrix. Her unwavering determination and steely resolve had embarked on an audacious attempt to circumnavigate the globe. As she and her navigator soared towards their next destination, the remote Howland Island, the horizon stretched endlessly before them, shrouded in mystery and danger. With each passing minute, radio transmissions grew fainter, and navigation instruments faltered. The world below, a boundless oceanic abyss, seemed to conspire against them. Suddenly, without any warning, all possible contact was lost. What followed was a chilling silence that would echo throughout history. This is the untold story of Amelia Earhart. Born on July 24, 1897 in Atchison, Kansas, Amelia grew up in a time when women were expected to remain grounded in domestic roles. However, she was never one to conform to societal expectations. Her interests varied widely. She kept a scrapbook of newspaper clippings about women who succeeded in male-dominated fields, which would later fuel her aspirations. In 1917, Amelia visited her sister in Toronto, Canada, where she saw wounded World War I soldiers returning from the front. The experience was transformative. She decided to train as a nurse's aide with the Red Cross, serving in military hospitals. This period instilled in her a sense of purpose and resilience. Amelia's first encounter with flight came in 1920, when her father took her to an air show in Long Beach, California. She paid $1 for a 10-minute ride in a biplane piloted by Frank Hawks. As the plane lifted off the ground, she knew by heart she was destined to fly. Determined to turn her dream into reality, Amelia took odd jobs to save money for flying lessons. In January 1921, she began lessons with Netta Snook, a female aviator who became her mentor. Amelia worked tirelessly, and 6 months later, she bought her first plane, a second-hand Kinner Airster, which she named the Canary. Amelia's aviation career took off rapidly. In 1922, she set a world altitude record for female pilots by flying above 19,000 feet. But her ambitions soared higher. In 1928, she was invited to be the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean as a passenger, alongside pilot Wilmer Stoltz and mechanic Lewis Gordon. The flight made her an international celebrity, but Amelia felt she hadn't truly earned the fame since she hadn't piloted the plane herself. Determined to prove her skills, she embarked on solo flights, setting numerous records. In 1932, Amelia became the first woman to fly solo non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean, from Newfoundland to Ireland. The flight was difficult, with icy weather, mechanical issues, and fatigue, but she landed safely, cementing her place in aviation history. Amelia planned to circumnavigate the globe, meaning she would fly roughly through the equatorial route, covering a total distance of around 29,000 miles, or 47,000 kilometers. Purdue University funded her dream, and upon order, Lockheed built a custom Electra 10E aircraft to accommodate the changes required for this ambitious journey. Amelia chose Fred Noonan as her second navigator because there were significant additional factors that had to be dealt with while using celestial navigation for aircraft. Noonan, a licensed ship's captain, was experienced in both marine and flight navigation. He had recently left Pan Am Airways. In 1937, she began her attempt, flying a Lockheed Electra 10E. With her navigator Fred, Amelia faced numerous challenges, including mechanical failures and navigational errors. Despite these obstacles, they reached Lae, New Guinea, on June 29, 1937. They had covered 22,000 miles, with only 7,000 more left. On July 2, 1937, Amelia and Fred departed for Howland Island, a speck in the Pacific Ocean. But they never arrived. Amelia's disappearance has spawned numerous theories over the decades, ranging from the plausible to the wildly speculative. The most widely accepted theory is that she and her navigator Fred ran out of fuel and crashed into the Pacific Ocean near Howland Island. Despite extensive search efforts, no conclusive evidence or wreckage has been found to support this theory. Another popular theory suggests that both landed on Gardner Island, now known as Nikumaroro, part of the Phoenix Islands. This theory gained traction when British colonial officer Gerald Gallagher reported finding a skeleton and artifacts on the island in 1940. The International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery has conducted several expeditions to Nikumaroro, finding bones, aircraft debris, and other artifacts, but nothing definitively linked to them. A more speculative theory suggests that her flight was part of a secret spy mission for the U.S. government to gather intelligence on Japanese military installations in the Pacific. According to this theory, her disappearance was covered up to protect the mission. This theory lacks substantial evidence and is generally considered unlikely by historians. While the exact fate of Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan remains a mystery, the most plausible explanations are that they either crashed into the ocean or ended up on a remote island like Nikumaroro. Despite numerous investigations and expeditions, no definitive evidence has been found to conclusively solve the mystery of their disappearance. The enduring fascination with their fate continues to inspire both scientific inquiry and imaginative speculation.